Hello everyone! I'm Buford MC, and welcome back to another adventure in GregTech New Horizons. Today, we're starting off on the little mountain next to our base. Well, it's not really a little mountain, is it? It's quite a large mountain, actually. But this is going to be a pretty big day for us, because today we will be unlocking the LV Age and finally 100%ing the Steam Age. So, a lot to do today, and it's a pretty big day for us. So, since the last episode, though, I have been so busy trying to prepare for us to move into the LV Age. I've been doing a lot of different things. I've been doing some farming, I've been doing some mining, I've been doing some crafting, I've been having all the machines basically have been running full throttle. We've been producing so many materials, so many things. There's a lot that's been going on. So, I'll show you what we've been up to, what we've got now, and then we'll get on with actually progressing into the LV Age. So, let's get into it. So, we're starting up here on the mountain, like I said, and, you know, it's interesting, actually. We made this path up to the mountain towards the beginning of the series, and I never used it for anything, actually. I haven't done anything with it yet. You know, I do wonder, we're at Y160 right here. I actually wonder if it'd be a good idea maybe to move the crop breeding area that we have. We have that area there for it. I wonder if it'd be interesting to move it up here towards a higher Y level so it would get a little bit better air quality. That might speed things up a bit. Well, that's something for the future at least. But that it could be an idea for this little mountaintop area over here. So let's go head on down to the actual base. I do like coming up here. It gives you a really nice view of everything. I've got these little lookout areas along the way. We've got this little tunnel in the middle. This is just for decoration over here. Although I could, and I said I was going to do, I haven't done it yet, but I could expand out this way, I think, and to maybe make a little bit of an ore berry farm. That'd be a nice thing to do since we're so high up. I think that would work. We've got another lookout over here. Gives us another look at the base. You'll actually notice this was something we had for a long time, but I had an area marked out for future expansion where I had to fill in the river area with some dirt, and I finally did that. So we've got a little bit more land out there for when we need to expand outside a little bit more. So yeah, we've been doing a lot. That's only one of the things I've done, though. Like I said, I have been extremely busy. And you're going to see how I've been busy because we've done a lot of stuff. So let's go head back over into the base. And we'll show you what we've been up to. So here we are. We have a lot of new materials I have been kind of processing and getting together. As you can see, machines are still running, but they have been running. I mean, we had so many machines running. So, look at our ingot stock we've got currently. I've now amassed almost 500 raw iron, and in fact, I think we already have 500. Oh, no, we don't. Maybe we still have some in the... No, I think that's out. I've been processing ingots all over the place. I think this one's full of copper right now. Yep, I've got some more copper in here. Let's throw that in there. We might actually need a couple. I've been using so much copper. I actually went mining for a couple of things. One of them was copper because so many things right now that we have to make have to use copper. I've been going through a ton of it. There we go. And then red alloy. I made a ton of this. So actually, let me tell you about the copper bit, what we have to use copper for, because you have to go through so much copper in this mod pack at this stage, I feel like. So I've been using copper to make, you need copper to make red alloy. So you need to make 1 stack of red alloy, you need 1 stack of copper, and 4 stacks of redstone. Now, speaking of redstone, I went mining for that, and we are stocked up and ready to go on redstone at the moment, and I've already used so much. But we've got a lot left, but you need that for red alloy, so that's a stack of copper for a stack of red alloy. If you want to make 4 stacks of bronze, it's 3 stacks of copper and 1 stack of tin, so that's more copper. And then last time, we made the different circuit components, which we had to make all of these different things, and I have to make more of these still. We have the circuit board, which needs copper wire. Well, that's more copper. We need the resistors. There's some more copper. Vacuum tubes, I don't think... Well, nope, there you go. More copper for those as well. So you need a whole bunch of copper to make the circuits. And there's even more stuff we're going to make today that needs copper. So we go through a tremendous amount of copper. And yeah, a lot of copper is being used right now. So I have been processing those things. Let's see what else I have. Oh, rubber. We've got a lot of rubber now. So we've got almost 700 rubber. Again, over 500 red alloy, a lot of raw iron. I've really been trying to get more of these components. We do need the red alloy for circuits in some capacity. So we've been working on that. Now, speaking of circuits, I've made a new work table. Well, actually not made it. This was a work table we had. I think it was near the water tank over the kitchen area, which I didn't use it anymore, so I've just repurposed it over here. And this is our new circuit work table, so everything we need for the circuits can be made in here. And I've got 6 circuits right now. So all I have to do is just come around here if I want to make some stuff, and, you know, we can go through it. I've got some extra materials. In fact, we might be able to make another circuit if we want. Here's a circuit board there. I need, what is it, 2 more vacuum tubes? 2 more resistors. And, yep, there we go. Another circuit, just like that. So this is a really easy way of getting circuits as long as I keep this thing stocked up with the materials we need. But I've been trying to keep up on that. So, yeah, that's how I'm doing the circuits right now. We've got 7 of them. Let's see if we can get one more. We might be a bit short on the copper wires, but, oh, actually, I've got plenty of them in here. So, yeah, I have been doing a lot. And let's see, let's make one more just to get up to 8. We need one more coated circuit board. And I will say this also, we are going to have to mass produce these at some point. I want to get a little bit into LV before I go too crazy with these, because some of the early LV machines are going to help us in terms of resource management and getting things to be a little bit more cheap in terms of plates and various things. Wires, plates are going to get cheaper. So I don't want to waste too many resources making things too early. Too many things too early, because they're going to get a little bit cheaper. So I think 8 circuits is good right now. We are going to use some of those today to get into the LVH. Now, also, you're going to notice this. This is long, long overdue. I have finally organized our main chest over here. And, man, I should have done this a long time ago. I don't know why I didn't, but I finally figured out organization in this thing. And we've got a nice little system now. We've got our tools at the top. I've got 3 of each of the main tools. We need hammers, files, saws, wrenches, wire cutters, screwdrivers. I've got some soft mallets. We don't really use a knife and mortar that much, so I only have 1 of those. And then we got the wooden form brick. I don't think we use that at all. I've sorted out these. We've got wires in these areas. We've got some plates here. We've got some of the rods. I need a few more of these probably. And then we've got some screws, and then a couple of miscellaneous things down here like pistons, hoppers, chests, bricks, glass, some cobblestone, wood if we need it. Yeah, a couple of other things down there, but yeah, this chest is way, way more organized now than it had been. That thing was a mess before, but I finally was able to get some organization there. So, yeah, that's quite a bit of stuff I've been up to, and yeah, I mean, it doesn't really look like I've done a lot, but getting all of these, I mean, it's a lot of machine processing stuff, and a lot of stuff. We've got some more raw rubber. Oh, I went for more sulfur as well. We now have 29 stacks of sulfur, almost 30 stacks. And I have already gone through so much of that to make more of that raw rubber. What are we running here? Oh, yes, I'm trying to get some more glowstone. And got some of that here. There's some more raw rubber in this as well. But yeah, so I've been doing so many things, trying to process a lot of stuff. Oh, also, I have kind of been using a lot of steel because we actually want to start off today by getting a new multi-block. So, in the method of going through all of these machines, getting all of these different things, I have been using this compressor a ton. And this compressor is not the fastest thing in the world. Yes, it's the high-pressure steam compressor, but it takes a long time to do all of this. So, I thought to myself, there must be a faster way of doing this because we're using the compressor a lot right now to make raw iron, so we have to smelt the iron in our furnace downstairs, and then we bring all the nuggets, I think, up here, and then we compress them into the ingots. I also use that for blocks. I also need to use it for the wood planks, which we use to make the, let's see here. We make the coated circuit boards with those, so we need wood planks. So I have to do that. So there's a lot of stuff that has to be done. So I thought to myself, well, why not go with the multi-block, which I have actually already begun preparation on. In fact, we have everything but the actual main multi-block block, the steam squasher. That's the one we're going to make. Now, it's not too difficult. It's fairly similar to the macerator. The only difference is it is a little bit wider. So this one is 4 blocks back. So it's not that much different. It was only 30 of these, and I did go with the steel version. I was debating it. It's a lot of steel, but I went ahead and did it. I figured, you know what, I want as much speed as I can out of this because we're going to use this quite a bit, I suspect. So that's what I want to start off by making before we go on today. We're going to make the steam squasher, and I already should have everything needed to actually go ahead and just make that. It should just be a simple click. And there we go, steam squasher. Perfect. And that should be the quest. Wonderful. I think we're going to need a hopper. We might need a chest or 2 as well. There we go. Perfect. And we're going to go ahead and assemble this. So I've already prepared this. I know exactly where we're going to put it, and it's not that hard to make. Like I said, it's this thing, except it just goes out by one more. So we're going to need to put in our steam hatch first. I've already planned that part out. Where's my wrench at? There it is. And I'm going to put that there. And then we're going to surround this part here. Something like that will do. And is it actually hollow or not? Let me check that. I didn't check on that. Yep, it is hollow in the center 2 blocks. And actually, nope, we don't want to do that. This is where the controller's going to go. Put you there. And I think we're going... Well, how do I want to do this? It does stick out a little bit more compared to this one, but I think I'll put the input on this side so I can go ahead and put a hopper there. And then put a chest here. The output... Well, I'll tell you what, the output we can probably put somewhere like this, and we'll just do a... Or actually, better yet, it'll probably just be easy if I put it up here. So let's put the output there. And we'll actually break that. I'll have to put a pipe in. Oh, speaking of pipes, I actually want to mention something else I had to do with this macerator as well. So, the macerator, I was having an issue with this because I was processing some more ores, and I realized it was only processing 1 ore at a time for some reason, and I was wondering why. Well, the reason was this thing was full up, so it wasn't able to process things fast enough. So what I did was I went over to our windmill, and I picked up our conveyor module, LV, because the little hopper and pipe setup is just not fast enough to handle the output of ores from this thing. So I went ahead with this, and this gives us 1 stack every 20 seconds instead of the hopper, which really can only do like 1 thing every second. So this does 1 stack, which was fast enough to keep up with this thing. So that was quite a good upgrade right there. So I put that on the bottom, and that's how we're outputting it now instead of using the hopper. The reason I can't do more of that right now is we haven't actually made this yet, although we should be making that very soon. So what we need to do now is put that there, and I'll have to connect a pipe and stuff to that. We'll probably have a chest out like this. Actually, you know what? Take that back again. Let's put it actually right here, because that one already is sticking out a bit. Yeah, that looks better. Put that there. Output bus steam. Have you face down. I'll fill that hole in for the moment. Alright, let's finish constructing this now. And we should just be able to do something like that. And that should form. Let's see. Yep, there we go. Running fine. Steam squasher. Alright, so now we got the hopper. I will need a tin pipe to set this thing up. Let's see if I've got a tin pipe. Oh no, the pipe chest is right here now. That's clay. Okay, I don't have a tin pipe on me. I do have some tin plates, so we should be able to make one fairly simple. Just do it the easy way. Tin pipe. Do a large one. This one doesn't have as much of an output, keep in mind, because it's not going to give us multiple of everything we put in, you know. You don't get as much out when you compress stuff. You only get the 1 item. We need 1 or 2. I'll make 2 just in case. Can't think about if we need 1 or 2. So we'll do that, and yeah, I think we're ready to go. So I need to put the hopper. We'll just fall down under here for the moment, and we will put our... Let's put the pipe first. And then we will put the hopper there. Connect that to you. Do that. Do that. And we'll run back up. And I think we've just put the chest here. That should work. What if I can put this in? Will it come out? Yep, that works. Perfectly fine. Good. Alright, well, looks like this thing should be operational. I wonder if I've got anything I can test it. Actually, I think I've got some wood pulp down here again. Let's go back down here. I was macerating some. Oh, yeah, we've got plenty of that. So let's just make a couple of planks. I think it's 8 per, so this should give us about a stack of planks. But we'll just use this as a test just to see that it's working. But this should be quite a nice upgrade for our compressing needs. And we can do that. See if you're working. Oh, I need to turn you on, don't I? There we go. Wood planks, and in 12 seconds we get 8 of them. So before, it was 15 seconds per operation that this thing was running. So, yeah, this is a massive upgrade. And we should start seeing things come into this chest. There we go. And because it's only 8 items, it can get that done in 8 seconds. Which this takes 12. So this will be able to keep up just fine. But yeah, there we go. That's how we're going to get our wood planks. Perfect. So yeah, that's a nice little upgrade right there to our compressing. So that's going to be quite nice for us as we go on. But yeah, let's go ahead, though, and do what we need to do for today. Well, that was a clay pipe, wasn't it? There we go. That's fine. And let me just sort my inventory very quickly. Put those away there. All right, so let's take a look at the quests. So what we need to do is we need to get to this quest here, Steamalicious. To do that, we need to do the next 2 quests that we've got unlocked, starting with, which one do we want to do? Let's do the motors first. So, this is the motors we need to make, and this is going to require a new thing we have to do, which is called magnetic iron, which is not really that difficult, because all we need to do is just put an iron rod next to some redstone, and that's why I got more redstone, by the way, as well. So, what do we want to do? How many rods do I have? Oh, I don't have many. Well, we've got plenty of iron, we've got plenty of tools, we are ready to go. So, there is 1 stack of iron rods, and let's go ahead and just make 32 of them. We'll need a fair bit of redstone for that, won't we? I think 2 stacks. I think you just do something like that right there. Yep, there you go. And there's our magnetic iron. So, ooh, there we go. Well, that was a delayed firework, wasn't it? Usually it fires off right as soon as you get the achievement. That was weird. Alright, so we'll put that... Well, I'll keep that on me for the moment. And now we need to make the electric motor. So, this is where we're going to have to use, once again, more copper. So, again, yeah, copper, we're using it everywhere right now. So, we need to get... What do we need? Oh, I didn't want to click that. We need copper wires and tin cables. And you are in my way. Alright, we've got some here. I've got some more tin wires. Ooh, we need more rubber sheets. Let's go ahead and get that going. These are very quick to make. These go by really fast. Yeah, really quick. We'll let that run. And what do we need? We already had a couple. Well, let's just turn all of these into it. Why not? We've got that. 52 tin cables, and then we need some copper wires. Well, I'm not going to go too crazy on these right now, but we can go ahead and maybe make, like... Well, how many can we make? Oh, we can make 16 of them. I don't know if I want to use all the copper. I'm not sure if we need more of that, so let's just go with 8 for now. And that's another one. There we go. We got the basic crafting motors done. We are getting really close. Let's put that in there for now. And what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to set up another work table for these components, because this is not going to be the only one, I don't think. There's going to be more coming up. So I think that's what I'm going to do to make more of these. But there we go. We'll make 8 for the moment, just in case I need those copper wires. I got a little bit more I can make. But let's go to bed also, because nighttime has once again arrived. But we're getting really close. Alright, so next on the agenda, we need to claim this, well, we'll wait to claim it all at the end, I guess. Let's do this one. Basic crafting machine holes. So this is another key ingredient of the LVH, and maybe probably the most important ingredient, because this is the hull of all the machines we're going to have to make. So, LV machine casing needs some steel plates. Ooh, I've got 58 of those. Alright, that should be enough for now. Let's go ahead and do 2 of these for the moment. And what else do we need? LV machine hull is more tin cables, raw iron plates. Hence why I got more raw iron and a little bit more steel. Alright. Seems standard enough. And we can make 2 of those right now. Alright. Well, that's another quest knocked out. And next on the list, we need this thing. Basic crafting rotors. Oh, 2 tin rotors. I actually have those, don't I? I've got some right here. 2 tin rotors. Oh, but it's a crafting task. We're going to have to do it ourselves. Okay. How do we make these? Ooh, tin plates. Tin screws. Ooh, tin rings. Okay, a lot of tin stuff. I don't think I've got those. I've got the plates. I found these tin rotors, I think, in a chest somewhere. I didn't actually make these myself. Yeah, we've got the tin plates we need. What do we need for this? Rings and screws. Okay, well, I think the best way to do this then is going to be to go ahead and just make a stack of tin rods. And then what I can do... Ooh, that broke that one. That's alright. That's why we've got multiple of these in these chests. And what I'll do is I'll just come here, make half a stack of rings, and we'll make half a stack of screws. Yeah, this little upgrade I've made to the chest organization, it really helps speed things up. It was a mess before, but I've got it going now. Alright, there we go. Half a stack of rings, half a stack of screws, just like that. And we need 2 of these. Well, we can make 16 if we really want to. I'll stick to the 2 for now. Yeah, we'll go with a little bit more. 6 of them. We'll have 8 in total for now. Since it seems like we're going to need all of that stuff. And putting everything back is nice and easy to do now. Really, really good. And let's put the screws there. I don't know where the rings will go. I guess we can just throw those there. Rotors are there. And that was another quest. And that has unlocked the big one. Steamalicious. This is, I think, the one that's going to unlock us. The LVH at long, long last. And we pretty much have all of this. Bronze fluid pipes, LV circuit, LV machine hull, tin rotor. This is going to be what actually makes us power using electricity finally. This is the big one right here. I think we've got everything we need for this. Oh, I need to get the bronze fluid pipes. Those are in this chest. In fact, I think we have enough for 2 of those. And 2 circuits it was, I think, for 2 of them. And there we go. 2 basic steam turbines. We did it! Steamalicious. And that has finished that quest. It was this one here, which I think is just a tick box, yep. So this is just explaining about the electricity. I'll read this on my own. Yeah, that's a lot, but we'll read that on our own. But that should be the end of the steam age. 105 out of 105. And that has unlocked the LV age. So, looks like we've got a lot more to do now. And we've already finished this quest here. Okay, well, let's claim all of our quests, actually. Looks like this is a big stepping stone for us. And in fact, actually, I think if I drop this and pick it up, actually... Yes, we get a trophy! I was gonna say, I don't know why it makes you do that, but we get the, what is this thing? Basic steam turbine trophy. We can go ahead and add that to our little trophy collection here. I don't want that facing that way. Oh, I didn't want to do that either. Alright, there we go. Let's have it facing straight. There we go. So it took us a little over a month in real life to actually get to the LVH from the Steam Age, because this was the one we got when we got to Steam. This is our new LV one. And what is this? Tinfoil hat. Protection against cosmic radiation. General paranoia makes the wearer unable to collect XP. Movement speed is also reduced to keep you safe. Oh, yep. I got slowness too. And for some reason I'm flashing. Okay, well that's interesting. Alright, well we got that knocked out. And let's see what else we can do. So we can take these rewards. We'll get some food, which I don't really need because I don't need to eat food anymore. And I've probably already eaten all of these. Cranberry bars. Ooh, that one gives us a loot bag. That's a good one. And no loot bags on some of these. This was the only loot bag one, but there it is. Steam Age is finished, and we got one in the LV Age still. Ooh, banana split. I've already eaten that, of course. Alright, we'll put all of this stuff away for the moment. Now put the coins in here as well, and we'll put the loot bag right there for a moment. Okay, a lot of stuff in here, actually. Alright, well, we got that knocked out, and let's take a look. Let's take a look what we got. So, this is the LV Age. So, compared to the Steam Age felt kind of linear in its progression. The LV Age is where things really open up. A lot of pathways to go. Now, the big things I want to get early on in this are going to be the wire mill and the bending machine. We're going to have to get those 2 machines first. Those are going to be really, really important because the bending machine means we can get plates from a single ingot now. Wire mill is going to make wires directly from ingots. No more having to do the plates. This is going to make things way, way easier. So, we're going to have a lot to do in order to get to that. Well, maybe not that much, but I have to set up at least some sort of a system to get these things working. I might end up moving some of the steam machines maybe to this area and then put the LV machines against this wall. We'll see. I'm not quite sure. I think these look quite good here. I'm quite happy with those. But, yeah, that's where we're going to have to go. And let's take a look at the general quests as well, see if anything else is opened up, because this is a pretty big milestone. Is anything else unlocked? Let's just look at all the quest tabs together. So fishing, farming, and cooking looks about the same. Most of this I can't do because we have to scan the seeds, which we need, I think, like a scanner for that. So I can't actually complete these quests, even though I can get an oak bonsai seed. Or maybe some of these other ones. Oh, I've got this one as well. Essence berry, yeah. Yeah, even this one right here, the stickweed seeds. I can't even do this one because it won't count because it's not scanned, I think. But anyways, we've done the other stuff on the other side, except for this one. I can't do that. Let's see what else we've got. We've got some quests down here to claim still, actually. I forgot about those. Yep, getting around. Couple of things to do there. Oh, we can make a rubber boat if we want to. Without dying. Oh, that's a few things here that weren't there before. Well, that's tier 2 envy. Passive defense. We can make some walls if we want and some fences. For protection, I'm assuming. Building better bases. Looks pretty much untouched. Forestry and multi-farms. Oh, that's opened up some stuff. This wasn't unlocked before. Multi-block goals. Okay, that's unlocked a couple of things. And we have this quest here. Automation tier 2. Oh, might have been when I made that redstone comparator, when I made the redstone clocks a while back. We'll claim that. Looks like a loot bag we get for that one. Alright, let's keep looking at these. We've got some other stuff here as well. Yeah, a lot of interesting stuff coming up here. EBF time. That's going to be later in the LVH, I believe. What else do we have? Well, we've got this one to claim, which was the... What was this again? Steam Squasher. I'll definitely take the loot bag. I think that's the best one to do. So we've got that one. We've got a couple more. We'll probably make these at some point in LV, I would imagine. These are going to be quite useful. And we've got, ooh, how to generate power. I think that's a new one. Well, we don't have these unlocked yet, but Steam Malicious is in this one as well. A lot of quests in that one, 166. Storing and transforming, yep, this is another new one. We didn't have this one unlocked before. Nothing, though, we can actually do. Working with oil. Interesting, alright. We'll have to do that at some point. Bio for the masses. This is just a simple tick box. So this is probably related to power some of these quests down here. What else do we have? Basic automation. Interesting. I've already done this one. I did that first quest. How to bee. This is the getting into bees. Bee breeding. A lot of stuff there. Haven't done any of that yet. We'll have to get into it at some point. We did that quest. Nothing else in that tab yet. This is related to Bombcraft. We've started unlocking this one. This is the Twilight Force. That's going to be a really big goal for us in the LV age as well. I want to get there soon because that's going to unlock us some new veins, I believe it is. Yep, lead, galena, silver. Yep, I want that vein right there. We're going to need some lead and silver in the future. We can get some nickel as well, it looks like. So that's going to be quite good. And what else do we have? Done that. That's the one ring. Flower power. This is something over here. This was, I think, witchery. And then we just got all the kill quests and coins and the loot bags. Yeah, so that's the quest situation, it looks like. So a couple of new things have unlocked. And yeah, we are on to the LV age at long last. Big accomplishment, I feel like. It's taken us a long time to get here, but we've done it. And we are ready to move forward. So let's go ahead then and end off and open some loot bags. In fact, my inventory's a bit... Let's go ahead and put these coins away first. Then we'll open the loot bags. And then I think we'll call it a day. Let me put these coins here. I've got some green ones there and a couple right there. Perfect. And then we'll go ahead and open these up, see what we get. Let's go to sleep actually first. Oh, it's a blood moon. Interesting. Okay, well, I guess we're not going to go to sleep then. That's an interesting sign, isn't it? We get to LV, and the first night we have is a blood moon. Hopefully that's not a foreboding sign. Anyways, let's open up these loot bags. Ooh, we got a piston and compressed air cell. I'll take the piston. And we got a PB&J and some pressure plates. Ooh, looks like that was another piston right there. Alright, not too bad. I'll take the pistons for free. Put those in there. We'll put those in there, and Yeah, pressure plates, I'll deal with those later. Alright, yeah, so we've made it to the LV age, and we're ready to get going and to move on. So I'm really excited about our progress that we've got. We're finally out of the steam age, we're moving forward into the LV age, and we've got a lot more stuff to do in the future. I'm really excited to get moving on. Now, I will point out before we end off that I am going to be going on a bit of a trip, so it will be probably a little bit longer until the next episode can come out. Probably around, maybe, could be 5-7 days, something like that, but I'll be back on that once I'm back from my trip, and yeah, I'm excited to move forward into the LV age. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.